Raghavendra DS.
Yes, sir.
My voice is audible, ma'am. Yes, Mayur. Mayur.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Mayur. My voice is audible, ma'am. Yes, Mayur.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes, my voice is audible. Yes, someone has to give
Yes, sir. It's
response.
audible. Hello.
Papa, what are the class? Okay. Yes, my voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's audible.
Okay. So actually, I'm in a village. If network problem or disconnect is there, sorry for that. Okay, in between classes starts, in between the internet problems there. So sorry for that. Okay. Okay, and one more. I can see the screen. As the PPT is visible.
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Now PPT is visible. Yes, someone has to give
Yes,
a
yes, sir.
response.
Now it's visible.
Not visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, PPT is visible.
So the screen is visible, but your voice is like.
Okay, 1 minute, ma'am. Hello. Yes, Basuraj Patil. Hello.
Tell me, sir.
Yeah, my voice is audible, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now it's audible.
No. Okay, thank you, ma'am. 1 minute. You know the PPT is visible.
Yes, sir. Now it's visible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Shall I start? Yes, someone has to give the response. Hello. Yes, Raghavendra. Hello. Hello.
sir.
Yes. Yes, Karthik, my voice is audible. Yes, Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Okay, PPT is also visible. Yes, Karthik. Yes, give me a response, Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I'll start the class. I'll start. Hello, Mr. Raghavendra. Raghavendra.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Now my voice is audible and also the screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir. Yes,
Sir.
sir.
Thank you, guys. Okay. Yeah, last class we started introduction about computer integrated manufacturing, right? The subject code is 17MEL77. As you know that manufacturing is converting a raw material into semi-finished or finished product for use or for sale. Now here, along with that, the manufacturing, one more word is added here, is a computer integrated manufacturing. So use a computer for designing the product, right? Planning and operating the production, then manufacturing the component and other various business related work related to the product will integrate the computer. That's why it called as a computer integrated manufacturing. Again, in the computer integrated manufacturing, you can see that there are the two things are there. One is CAD, other one is CAM. If you use the computer only for design the product, it is called as computer aided design. If you use the computer for to manufacturing the component, such as to perform the various related operations, such as manufacturing engineering, process planning, and other related work that related to the converting raw material into finished product, semi-finished product. Then we go for use computer-aided manufacturing. SIM is a combination of CAD and CAM, right? And also we discussed about automation and type. Why do you go for automation? Right? There are three types of automations are there. One is fixed automation, programmable automation, and flexible automation. Here we'll discuss only the lab studied only here programmable automation. Programmable automation. Okay, so whatever the sequence of operations for the machines is there, then we give by giving a program. Program is nothing but a set of instruction. Okay, it's a set of instructions. Step by step instructions are given to the computer or any machine that is called as a program here. Okay, the programmable automation example, NC machine tool, industrial robots, and programmable logic controller. Again, you can see that the product variety versus production quantity. Okay. So sorry for the interruption. So reason for automation, main aim is to increase the production rate up and to increase the labor productivity. That is greater output per labor input, right? And also to reduce the effort of the labor, to reduce the cost. These are the important reason for automation. So in that again, last class we studied numerically controlled machines. Numerical control means whatever the set of operations are the machine tool operation that is controlled by alphanumerical data, right? Okay, then major components of numerically controlled machines are three major components. One is a program, another one is machine control unit, and third one is processing equipment. Processing equipment nothing but machine. So how do you control the each operation of the machine? By giving a set of instruction. That set of instruction is called as a program. So now how do you convert the program into a machine control? The machine has to understand the program, the step-by-step instruction. How do that? We need a converter. That converter is called as a machine control unit. The machine control unit, it may be a hardwired device or a computer device. If it is a hardwired for hardwired device, nothing but then that machine is called as a numerically controlled machine. If it is a computer, if we use a mini computer, then it is called as a computerized numerical controlled machine. That's the difference between NC and CNC. And one more, DNC means distributed numerical control. It is like a server. All the machinery components, all the several machines are controlled by only one main computer. That is called a DNC, distributed numerical controlled machines. Next, we have studied about NC coordinate system. There are two types of coordinates. One is depend upon the type of workpiece. It may be a flat or prismatic work part. Second one is rotational part. If you have flat or prismatic work part, we use what type of a Cartesian coordinate system, such as X, Y, and Z. Right? Now XY, if we go for milling and drilling machine, the workpiece will hold in the XY direction. The cutting tool will come and perform in Z direction. That is linear coordinates X, Y, and Z. For rotational coordinates, A, B, C corresponding to those linear coordinates. For rotational parts, you can see that only here, actually polar coordinates we use. But here, for machinery, we use only again X, Y, Z coordinates. But X and Y are the remain same because in the radial direction. Z shows the length direction of the cylindrical part or rotational part. Right? After that, we discussed about motion control system, means how the machine cutting tool has moved, whether it is in point to point or position one. That is generally we use for drilling machine or punching a hole. If it is a continuous path, that is for end milling operation. It may the continuous path maybe is a straight line path or circular path or other curvilinear. It's a combination of straight and circular path it is. Okay, that is what we used here in milling and turning machines. The operations are turning machines, the continuous path. And next we discuss the absolute and incremental positioning. Suppose if you want to locate the coordinate of the workpiece with respect to a fixed point or a horizon, then what type of positioning we use? Absolute positioning. If it is if you locate the position of a workpiece with respect to previous position, then you go for use incremental positioning system. Next one is computerized or computer numerically controlled machine. Again here, instead of a hardwired controller, it is MC main control unit, we use a mini computer or microcomputer. Then it becomes a computerized numerical control machine. Then in that again we use several CNC software. Main software, if you use a computer, first software we use OS, operating system software. Second one is application software in general use. But when a machine is interact here, then we use one more software is machine interface software that converts whatever the step-by-step instruction is there in the program that machine has to do is that operation. That with the help of the software we convert it. That software what we use here, machine interface software. And then what is the NC part programming? The part programming is nothing but the program is nothing but a set of instructions, step-by-step instruction given to the cutting tool, right? So how do you write the part programming? We have four methods are there. One is a manual part programming. This is for your syllabus. And one more also is there, part program by using CAD/CAM. Manual part program means by using a hand, we write the part program, how the cutting tool moves from one location to the another location. Second one, here third one, part program by using CAD/CAM means first you generate a computer aided model, that is by using Solid Edge or CATIA if you already have, or you can use some software also to generate the computer aided model. Then if you assign the cutting tool path over the model, then automatically the computer will generate the program. That is what the part program using CAD/CAM. Other two will not use here. Next, if you want to write the manual part program, we need a block format. What is the block format here? This is the what we can see the blue color here. This is a block format. The first letter shows a sequence number or block number or line number. After that, we use a G stands for preparatory codes. It prepares the cutting tool move. Okay, how much amount of it moves? That is given by the coordinates X, Y, and Z coordinates. F stands for feed rate. S stands for spindle speed. T stands for tool number. M stands for miscellaneous codes or missionary codes in general, and end of block. This is the word format or block format for to write the manual part program. Next, what are the characters we use here? What is the from A to Z letters? What it notations are used? And these are the G codes. Okay, G codes. Okay, it starts from G00 to G99. All 100 G codes will not remember. Okay, we'll use only 10 to 15 G codes. Okay, G00 stands for is a rapid traverse. Within the shorter distance, it moves. G01 is a linear interpolation. G02 is circular interpolation in clockwise. If cutting tool moves for a curved path, then we go for use circular interpolation in clockwise direction. If it is in reverse, means circular interpolation anti-clockwise or counterclockwise direction. G04 dwell. Apart from again directly above here, these G codes. Okay. G00 you should remember, G01, G02, G03, 4 G codes for motion control group. Next we'll go for remember G20 and G21. Whether the geometry, the input values are, it may be millimeter metric or in inches. How do you decide? The machine can understand by giving a G20 or G21. G20 means input values are in inches. G21 is input values are in millimeter. And one more here, G28. G28 nothing but go to home position or reference position. Send the tool to home position. Okay. Next, after that, these are again 3 G codes. First to 4 motion control. Next to 3 numbers, you 3 G codes: G20, G21, G28. Okay, there's input values in millimeter, sorry, inches, millimeter, and go to reference. Again, remember those 3 G codes. Next, after that, again 3 G codes that are used for cutter radius composition. This is holds good for only for milling operation, and also turning also it holds good. G40 stands for what? If cutter radius, as you know that a cutting tool, if you take a milling machine, okay, end milling machine, we can see the whatever the diameter of the cutter is there. Automatically it take offset value. The radius of the cutter will take offset from the geometry. That we represent by G41, G42. G41 stands for cutter radius composition, left side of the workpiece. For example, you can see that this is a workpiece. Now I'm moving the cutting tool, the left side of the workpiece, In what direction it is? In clockwise direction it is, right? Then you go for use a G41, cutter radius composition, offset, left side of the workpiece. If it is moves in counterclockwise direction, then we go for use G42, cutter radius composition, right side of the workpiece. If you want to, once you define the cutter radius composition, then I want to cancel that, then I will go for use G40. This is a very important tool for the G codes for milling operation. Okay. Otherwise, if you know the cutting tool diameter, then each coordinate, if you represent, you have to go for give the radius of the cutting tool. So for example, 5 mm cutter you used, end mill cutter. Then I'll go for use each location. I'll go for add and subtract 2.5 mm, the radius of the cutter. Okay. Next we'll go for, after this, G90, 91 we use. G90 stands for the specific by the absolute input, well, absolute positioning here. Absolute means with respect to fixed point origin, we are going to give the coordinates for the particular location. G91, that is the incremental position. Then G94 and 95 will use feed rate per minute, that is used for in general milling and drilling operation. G95 feed rate per revolution, for one revolution how much amount of metal it removes, that is generally used for turning operation. Okay, up to this you should remember G codes. First 4 G codes, Z00, Z01, Z02, Z03. Next G20, G21 and G28. Next G40, 41, 42. Next G90, 91. Then G94 and 95. Total how many? 14 G codes you should remember while writing the part program, manual part program. After that, yes, sorry for the interruption. Yes, next one is miscellaneous function and miscellaneous codes. Those are related to machineries or accessories codes here. M00 stands for program. So only I want to stop the program, the spindle and coolant off, but machine will not stop here. M01 is an optional program stop or emergency stop. M02 end of program. Then M04, I want to start rotate the spindle in clockwise direction. In milling operation, I want to start the rotate the spindle, right? Or in for turning, I want to start the workpiece to rotate, right? Once it is attached to a headstock spindle, then I want to rotate the workpiece. Then you call the M03 spindle on in clockwise direction. If it is counterclockwise, then M04. Once operation is completed, then I want to stop the spindle. Then you go for use M05. Then M06 use for tool change. For example, first I want to do the plain turning operation. Next again step turning, threading, unearning. Then I want to each time I will go for change the tool. Then how do you change the tool? By giving a command called as M06. Okay, these M6 M codes you should remember. Out of it, generally we use M03 spindle start in clockwise direction, spindle on clockwise direction. M04 spindle off. So spindle on in counterclockwise direction, M05 spindle stop, and M06 tool change. Then last one is M30. M30 stands for you want to stop the program, then stop the machine, and after that again we go for rewind the program or restart the program. At the end of the program we will use this one M30. These 5 M codes you should remember. Yes, Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wow, my voice is audible, ma'am.
Yes, sir, it's audible.
PPT is also visible. Yes, Karthik.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what is the PPT name here?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah, what's the name of the PPT here?
But the part A will be the manual part programming on milling
The
operation.
title is syllabus. Okay.
Syllabus.
Thank you, Karthik. Yeah, now syllabus in the sim and automation lab. One is sim lab. There are 3 parts are there. One is part A. You want to write the manual part program. For what type of machining operation? One is milling machining, another one is drilling operation, and it may be a combination of milling and drilling. There's a one question. So part B, again you go for write the manual part program on turning operation. Is a lathe machine by using lathe machine. Then part C is only for demonstration only for hydraulics and pneumatic kits. If you go for the Bosch lab, if you see the Bosch lab, there you can see the hydraulics and pneumatic kits, but that is only for demonstration purpose. For exam point of view, one question will from part A. It may be milling or drilling or combination of milling and drilling. One question. Second question, turning operation. Manual part program on turning operation. In remaining is Viva. Okay, this is for your syllabus of computer integrated manufacturing. Now I'll go for first. Okay, yeah, before going to do that manual part program, now remember what are the softwares we use. These are the application software. There are three types of software. One is OS, operating system software, machine interface software, and third one is application software. So here, okay, so 10 minutes time is there. Once it is meeting is ended, again you should rejoin that meeting. Okay, yeah. Okay, remaining 10 minutes is there. Once it is ended, then again you rejoin that meeting. Okay. Now there are three types of software. One is operating system software, second one machine interface software, and third one is application software for CNC software, right? So if you take a system, a laptop, desktop, we already have a OS, operating system software. Then we need machine software, machine interface software directly will not use. Whenever you go for interact with the machine, then we need those software. And third one, application software. Now these are the application software we use. In that, which software we use here? CADM software. This is a CADM. They are the supplier. We have a again licensed version. 17 licensed version softwares are there. CADM software. In that CADM software, they are given two types of programming method here. One is for manual part programming, we use CNC mill. That is what's good for milling operation and drilling operation. Another software we use CNC turn. That is for lathe operation or turning operation. Okay. So remember this. For manual part program, we use these two software. One is CNC mill. Another one is CNC turn. For computer assisted part programming, that is already we have a CAD model. Then we go for assign how the tool has to move over the CAD model. Then automatically the program will generate by the software. That is we use a caps mill for milling and drilling operation. For caps turn software we use for a turning operation or lathe operation. Okay, this is again we will go for one demo also for milling and turning. But major we concentrate, for exam point of view, we'll concentrate only CNC mill. Another one is CNC turn. CNC mill is what's good for to write a manual part program for both milling and drilling operation or combination of milling and drilling operation. CNC turn what's good for lathe operation. Right? These are the softwares we use. Okay. And this is how the software is look here. The GUI, graphical user interface. In the graphical, once you start the CNC mill, you can see that first file, edit, blank. These are the main menus. Okay. Next, you can see the standard toolbar. There's a open, new, open, save. Like this. You can see any application software, this toolbar should be there. One is main menu, another one is standard toolbar. After that, you can see that these are the machining toolbar. It is for related to machining operation. Then these are the animation toolbar, means play, fuzz, okay, rewind, okay, forward or backward. Okay, for animation you can scroll this also, undo and redo, these two options. This is called as a standard toolbar for this CNC mill software. Then comes to here, this is a vertical, what you can see the controlling viewing toolbar, such as you want to zoom in and zoom out, then you go have to move the screen. Okay, then you go for use this. It's a controlling viewing toolbar. Whatever the black color window you can see that is a graphics window. Whatever you want to see the machining operations, the cutting tool movement, the workpiece, all the things you can see in the graphics window. Right side you can see the syntax, status and simulation toolbar. This is where you can get errors and warnings and the machining operation, how much coordinates the machining, the cutting tool moves over the workpiece. All those things you can see in this window. And last one you can see the program editor. Bottom one is there, your program editor. This is a white color is there, right? This is the program editor. Here we go for enter the program. Whatever the program manual part program you enter here, then you go for enter or type here program editor. Otherwise you typed in a Word or in a notepad, the program has to write in the notepad or in a Word format, then that directly go and copy and paste here in the program editor. Okay, this is the introduction about CNC mill software graphic user interface, GUI. GUI stands for what? Whenever you take a ATM card, you go for in the ATM, you go for interact with the computer, right? This computer, whatever the software that computer has, that is interact with you. That is called as GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, in detail we'll discuss in later. Okay, now we'll come first one, manual part program. Okay, in that for milling operation. I think the slide is visible. Momin Fazal. Momin
sir.
Fazal.
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Visible, right? The title
Hello.
of the slide is manual part program on milling operation.
Manual part program and milling operation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yeah. Now you can see that first program we're going to write here manual part program on milling operation. So what is the write a manual part program for the given contour? What is the given contour? This is the work given contour is given. This is the workpiece is given. Okay, similar to our in a machine shop. First they will give the contour, right? The sketch, the figure will given. It may be a lathe, it may be a shaping machine, or it may be milling machine operation, right? The same contour is given here. Write a manual part program for the given contour. Take diameter of the cutting tool is 5 mm. Now assume this is the cutting tool. What is the diameter of the cutting tool is 5 mm. And what is the spindle speed is 2000 RPM and feed rate is 40 mm per minute. Okay, these are the minimum data the programmer has to know that. And this is a contour. See the workpiece is there, right? Now this is a contour. See that 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 8 to 1. This is a contour workpiece. This is the what you can see the top view it is. Not top view it is. Actually this is a front view you take here. This is a front view. And a view from the top. Now this is the bottom one is top view. Now first you study the geometry of the figure. Okay. Now it is a one contour here is a combination of straight lines and curved path, right? This is a workpiece, right? Whenever the workpiece is the diagram is given, now immediately we go for fix. Take 10 mm. Raw material should be greater than its size compared to the actual component, right? Then I will take each side as 10 mm, 10 mm, this side as a 10 mm, and this side as a 10 mm. Then whatever the finished product is given, the drawing is given, take 10 mm on each side. Then that become a raw material, right? Now after that, now fix the horizon here. How do you fix the horizon? See that bottom left corner is the horizon. Now take from this end is here, from this end it is 10 mm here. 1 to 8 line is there. From that you take 10 mm, draw in a horizontal line. From extreme end of the left side here, from here to here again take 10 mm distance, draw a vertical line. The intersection of horizontal line and vertical line, that intersection is called as the origin of the workpiece, x0, y0, z0. Now this is what we call as horizontal line is x-axis, vertical line is y-axis. Right? Now we study the geometry, the shape of the workpiece, and also study the dimensions. All the dimensions of the given location of the contour is given or not. This is the front view, right? Similarly, go for top view. Now see that. Now this is the workpiece. Now we'll go for fix that x-axis and y-axis. There should be a what the fixture will come and fix the workpiece, right? The machine, what is the machine wise will come and fix the workpiece. In what direction? X and y-axis. Wherever the cutting tool come here, cutting tool will come in z-axis and it performs the operation. Where it performs the operation, it performs at the end. That's why it called as what type of milling operation it is? End milling operations. Based on the type of the geometry, you'll go for do the operation. This is an end milling operation, right? This is a front view over. Now we go for top view. You can see the top view. You can get the thickness of the workpiece. How much thickness here? 10 mm thickness. What is the coordinates or axis you'll get? Horizontal line is x-axis, vertical line is z-axis. Now the cutting tool will come and perform the operation in which axis here? Z-axis. Usually in exam or in they will give only the front view. What is the top view you should assume here, or both they can give. Okay, first The main intention of the programmer want to complete this operation or make it finished product. First, you study the geometry for the what is the shape of the product, and also the size or dimensions in front view and top view. Okay, then we'll start. Now we'll go for fix the home position. Usually, in take any CNC machine, their home position, the cutting tool will maximum move at that location or in the home position. That is also you fix here.